Hey, um, last night I was looking at some of the ENS domain names, checking if those that I wanted are available or not. And I find myself doing that over and over again, one by one, which became pretty hectic. And so I thought, is there any way I could have a script that takes a dictionary file with a bunch of words, and then it spits out the words that are available as ENS domains. So I can just do that in one go. And in this video, I'm going to go over that script, and I'm also going to link it in the description so you can use that any way you want. Now, here we have, let me, not this one. Let me open it up again. So here we have a pretty lightweight node project. As far as the dependencies, we're using some environment variables, ethers to communicate with the ENS smart contract, and then we're using some utility methods from Lodash. We have our dictionary, which is a list of world capitals. And then we have our two files here, which I'm gonna. So our main file is just a function. What it does is it makes sure that there's an argument provided for the dictionary name. It then loads the files from that dictionary. What this function does is simply reads the file and then splits it into an array of strings for a word on every line. And then it returns a bunch of promises where each promise is resolved with an object that contains a boolean for when the domain is available or not, the original word from our dictionary, and then the normalized domain version of that word. And then in return, we're just console logging only the domains that ended up being available. So here we're also using a class for our ENS contract, and that's basically these few lines of code that inherit from the Ethers.js contract class. And then we're using the ENS contract address, a lightweight API that includes just the available function. And then we also pass in an infurer provider with an infurer key to connect to the blockchain node. Another interesting thing is we're using, here you can see that Amsterdam is represented as token ID 79685 and so on. So this function here converts a name to a token ID number representation, which we then use to call our available function in the ENS smart contract. There it is. So this accepts numbers, so we need to convert our domain name into a number before we can check its availability. And so let's see how this works. We just need to call our index.js and then pass in the name of the dictionary file under the dictionaries folder, which is right here. That's called capitals. So index.js capitals, let it do its thing, and in return we get a list of 30 world capitals for which a .eth domain has not been taken yet. So hopefully this helps you learn more about how ENS works, and also how you can use pretty simple JavaScript to read data from the blockchain, manipulate it, transfer it in any way you want. And you can take this script from the GitHub repository that I'm going to link in the description. You can also use whatever other data set that you want. You can have as, I don't know, maybe you want to grab the most popular first names and run the check against that list, or maybe you have some other ideas. You can leave that in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.